Come up to see Eve, who's only 21 years old and is doing her first property refurbishment project. This is some pretty cool stuff for someone of such a young age.
I bought a kitchen from Facebook Marketplace.
How much was that?
£450. Full bathroom for £150.
A full bathroom for 150. Did you say 150?
Yeah.
£150. I had to check that I heard that right. 3 years ago, what were you doing?
I was working in Superdrug part-time.
You were part-time working in Superdrug. You've just bought a freaking house. You're running a refurb. You've got a cleaning company. If I told you 3 years ago, if I'd have walked into Superdrug to grab, I don't know, some deodorant, keep myself fresh, and I would have just bumped into you and said, by the way, in 3 years, this is what you're going to be doing, would you believe me?
No.
All right, I'm up here in the northeast today. You can probably tell I'm not in the big smoke at the moment, and I've come up to see Eve, who's only 21 years old and is doing her first property refurbishment project. It's a property that she bought at auction on a bridge. So this is some pretty cool stuff for someone of such a young age. So let's meet Eve, find out what she's doing, and see exactly how you can do the same as well. Eve.
Hello.
Hi, Eve, is it right if we come in?
Yeah, of course you can.
Thanks. So, talk me through, what are you doing in the property? So as I walk into the property, what's that going to be? Front room?
Yeah, you're going to walk into the front room. There's going to be a new electric fireplace at the front, but it's going to be a log burner.
Nice.
With a big wooden beam across the top of it. The stairs are staying in the living room. Then you walk into the kitchen. I've changed it. It used to be a big U-shaped kitchen, so now it's just L-shape. And there's going to be a dining table so people could actually eat together.
That's cool. So the U shape would have took up more space, but the L shape gives you a bit more space back. And it's worth noting in the short term that you don't need as much cabinet space a lot of the time.
Well, I've still kept as many cupboards as we're in, but I've just changed the bathroom from downstairs and I've put it back upstairs, and that's now a utility.
Nice. So the room at the back's the utility and the bathroom's been moved to upstairs. And then upstairs we've got 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, 2 bedrooms.
And I guess they're just bedrooms. Yeah, fair enough. So they're just going to be bedrooms. And you've got quite a nice view out the back as well.
Yeah, it's all over the fields and the fields.
Fantastic. Brilliant stuff. Right. So Eve, you're just 21 years old and you've bought this property at auction.
Yeah.
Using a bridge and a private investor.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff. And so we're obviously in the middle of a refurb. There's work going on upstairs right now. And how much do you think this is going to cost?
Between 15 and 20,000.
Between 15 and 20,000. So how are you keeping the cost down?
I bought a kitchen from Facebook Marketplace.
How much was that?
£450.
£450. So it's not just about how much you make when you do a deal, it's about how much you don't spend. So £450 for a kitchen is pretty cool. Decent condition?
Yeah.
Yeah, all looks good to me. So kitchen of any other Facebook Marketplace delights in here?
Full bathroom for £150.
A full bathroom for 150. Did you say 150?
Yeah.
£150. I had to check that I heard that right. I was starting to think maybe there's something wrong with my ears. So kitchen for 450, bathroom for 150. So that's a really smart way of keeping the costs down. And you've not put any of your money. What do you think it's going to be worth once all of the work's done?
Around 110,000.
About 110. And how do you know that? Have you looked at other properties in the area?
Yeah, a couple have sold down the road for 110.
Wow, so a couple of comparable properties that have sold for 110. So this is going to revalue up at 110,000. That's crazy. So you get all your money back out then.
Yeah.
Also, I'm guessing you bought this in a limited company. Very smart. There's a smart guy who's on social media always talking about the importance of investing in property for a limited company. You probably follow him. Maybe. Okay. Well, let's not go there. So, all money back out, private investment, and then the plan is to keep it as a short-term let or service accommodation at the end. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you'll get a mortgage on it. Do you know roughly how much money that's going to make?
Yeah, 900 a month.
About 900 a month, and that's profit, right?
Yeah.
After all of your expenses. So, and who would that be let out to? Contractors. So £900 a month profit, let out to contractors. And what sort of contractors do you get in this area?
Just roadworks, anything really. Anyone that's just working away.
Good stuff. So you already operate in that space, don't you? I know that you run a cleaning company, you've got short-term lets that you manage, so you understand that market quite well. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
And what sort of things do you do then day to day normally?
Well, we try and get everyone in direct to avoid all of the OTA fees. Go out, do the cleans, report all the maintenance, get that done. And just, yeah, great plans.
Sounds fantastic. And you love being on camera as well, don't you?
No.
So you get direct bookings because that's going to save you on the fees. You look after the changeovers. Fantastic. So what's the tips that you would give to somebody who's looking to have a short-term let property? How do you get that running smoothly? What's important?
Pictures.
Good pictures? What would be a difference between a good picture and a bad picture?
Lighting, colours, props, everywhere. And a good photographer, don't just do it yourself.
So don't just do it yourself. Get a good photographer, lighting, colours, props. That's actually really good advice. And if I want to be ranking high on somewhere like booking.com or an online travel agency platform, what sort of tips, what could I do to get my booking and listing a bit higher?
Algorithms. So change your pictures around weekly. Second you go on and search and you're not at the top, change them around again, fiddle with the prices. Don't just keep it as the same price Monday to Friday. If you wanted £100, £99 something a night, and it goes up and down, and keep checking you're at the top.
So the algorithm is something that's so overlooked on these online travel agency platforms. And this is actually golden advice. So make sure you're constantly refreshing your listing. So that might mean cycling the picture that you've got as your key photograph. It might mean playing with your prices. So it doesn't have to be a massive shift, does it? £50 or £100, but like you said, just £99.50 a night to £100. It's enough to show the platforms that you're active and that you're engaging with your listing. And then in terms of changeovers and running those smoothly, because you've got a lot of hands-on experience with that, how would you manage that, and what's important about that?
Getting a cleaning company that does a good job.
It's funny you say that, because one of the questions I get all the time is, where do I find reliable cleaners? So what should somebody look for in a cleaning company?
Hands-off experience. So you just look at your calendars, you don't have to book them in yourself. Report all the maintenance. If you have a maintenance team, even better. Yeah.
Okay, so a good cleaning company for short-term lets is going to look at your calendar, so you don't even have to say, oh, I've got to clean on this day or that day. They're going to report your maintenance, or even some of them will have a maintenance team that will actually look after it. So that really is bordering onto management, isn't it? So they're just making it hands off for you. So you get a good cleaning company, basically you can relax a little bit and just chill out. So 3 years ago, what were you doing?
I was working in Superdrug part-time.
You were part-time working in Superdrug. You've just bought a freaking house. You're running a refurb. You've got a cleaning company. You're managing SAs, and you're going to refinance all your money out. If I told you 3 years ago, if I'd have walked into Superdrug to grab, I don't know, some deodorant, keep myself fresh, and I would have just bumped into you and said, by the way, in 3 years, this is what you're going to be doing, would you believe me?
No.
What advice would you give to somebody who wants to do something similar, who go from working in a regular job to investing in property?
Just get educated and just do it.
Two things: get educated and just do it. You need both of those. You can get educated and do nothing, you're going to get nowhere. You can just do it with no education and you're going to make a load of mistakes. But get educated and just do it. It's super simple. You've just got to get it done, as they say up here in the north. Okay, so let's talk about the funding and how you actually bought this property using no money. Well, none of your own money. So there were two ways that you funded this, weren't there? What are they?
Bridge and finance and investors.
Fine. So you private investor, bridging finance. And so how does that work in a bit more detail?
So I got a bridging loan, which was 75%, and then I asked my auntie and uncle if they could help me out with the rest of the money.
Nice. So your auntie and uncle gave you 25%. Then the bridging company, they gave you 75%, which meant you could buy the property and get on. Who's paying for the refurb?
I did ask them for a little bit more than...
Just a little bit more. Yeah, good. Why not? Well, at £450 a kitchen and £150 a bathroom, it hopefully won't bankrupt them. It's very kind of them to help out as well. So You just went to a broker then to get a bridging loan?
Yeah.
Right. And then what did the bridging company look at to decide whether they're going to lend you money?
Everything. They had to meet me here to make sure I had all the plans, that the house was still standing. All of my credit score, checks, everything. What I wanted to do with it. And I have to keep them in the loop now with how the refurb's going, so they know that they're going to get the money.
Really? So they're quite on the ball, this bridging
Yeah.
company then. So they wanted to actually meet you, see the property, make sure it's still standing, make sure you had a plan, make sure you had good credit. Wow. And then they want updates on the refurb as well. And there's so many lenders out there. Some will be totally relaxed. Some are going to be all over you, which is interesting because it's a relatively small bridge and they got that security, but I guess they still want to make sure that their money is safe. How much do you pay for the bridge, roughly? Do you know? A month? Percentage wise?
Oh, I don't know. I just pay it all back at the end.
Okay, got you. So it's all rolled up then. So your interest all gets paid back at the end. So that's handy. So you haven't got to service it and pay monthly payments.
It's only 9 months, so if it goes to 9 months, then it's 37 back.
Nice. Good stuff. And how much did they give you initially? About 32?
32.
Cool. So that's not quite 75. So a lot of the time they deduct, don't they, up front?
Yeah.
So they've taken the interest
They've
up front.
taken their fees and stuff off first.
Yeah,
before they
got
give
it.
the money.
Spot on. Brilliant. All right. And so with the private investor, it's a family member. So did you use paperwork? Did you get a proper loan agreement for that?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Definitely. Just keeps everything proper.
Proper.
There's no arguments because it's in writing.
It's a great way to keep family members close is to have the correct agreements in place. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is they borrow money from family or friends and they don't put good contracts in place, and good contracts protect good relationships. So there you have it. 21 years old, 3 years ago, was working not even full-time, part-time in Superdrug, and now is buying a property using none of her own money, refurbing it, going to run it for contractors, and is already out with a cleaning company, short-term let management. Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Hey.